Hey guys, just want to come on here real quick and share with you a epiphany I had while I was doing stuff. So, so I'm figuring out what I need to do for my monthly order for Young Living, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to repeat what I had last month because that's the cool thing about ER. You can go in and adjust it every month with new products or the same products if you want to restock. And I'm like, well, Gramps lavender for his sleeping is getting a little low, so maybe I should put lavender on there. And then I'm trying to figure out my price point and being like, okay, well, I can do a shop order for 50, and then I can do the ER when it goes through later in the month, at any point in the month, pretty much, for 50, and then I get my 100 right there, so I can get any commissions off of that. Or if I don't really care about commissions, I can just do 50 for being on ER, whatever, as a base point. But the cool thing was, I'm like looking through the products going, okay, I need Thieves freaking roll-on, right? Because I'm like, oh, okay, I put that on the bottom of my feet like all the time. I'm not feeling so good. I'm feeling under the weather lately. I have been put on some over-the-counter stuff from my doctor. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start ramping up on my Thieves on the bottom of my feet, right? And then I'm like, okay, so I go into the roll-ons, like the essential oil roll-ons section. And I'm looking through and I put the Thieves in my cart, on my thing. And I'm like, okay. And I'm looking through and I'm going, wait a minute. There's a Peace and Calming roll-on? Since when do we have a Peace and Calming roll-on? And I'm like, I know the Peace and Calming is the 5 milliliter. I've never really used it. It came in my premium starter kit back in 2015 when I first got it, but I was more, I liked Stress Away way more. And then the Stress Away, after I got my kit, I got the Stress Away roll-on. So I just focused on Stress Away and not Peace and Calming. And I'm like, oh, Peace and Calming's okay. I had the little sachets, but there wasn't really anything to it. And I'm like, never really got into it. So then I ended up, a couple years after that, got my kit in 2015. I think in 2016 I ended up getting a free 5 milliliter for jumping on ER and ordering 100 PV. Got it for free. It was like, I don't know, however much. It was like 25 bucks for free, or whatever it was, along with some other free items that I got for that month. And then I was like, yeah, it's okay. I'm not really going to use it. It's just sitting on my shelf. It's been sitting up there for months. And at my other apartment, my other two apartments has been just sitting there. And then I'm sitting there going, I have the roller set over there. Okay? Because I bought the roller set a couple years ago when they came out. And I'm like, yeah, this is good because I needed the Valor in it. Because I use the Valor. Well, I should be using it more. But I use the Valor all the time for courage and stuff. Especially when I was driving and I didn't like going where I didn't know where I was going. So sure enough, I'm like, So I'm looking over there going, I don't have Peace and Calming. Maybe I should put that in my cart. So I'm putting it in my car, and then I'm like, well, maybe I'll look over here because there's a couple that are over there on the side. You can't really see them now. And sure as shit, dude, I had it. I freaking had it. So I'm like, I've never really tried the roll-on. The roll-on I just like better because it's easier application, and you don't have to worry about the drops and then rubbing it all in. It's just got the roller bottle. Whoop. You take off the top right there, and it's just got the little roller bottle, whatever. This shit smells amazing. I've had a friend, the good friend of mine who signed me up, got me interested in the oils and helped me out a couple years ago when I was not doing so good when I had all this stress and stuff. She was using it on her kid all the time. When her kid had temper tantrums, when her kid went psycho basically, and would not calm down. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I never really got into it, and sure shit, this stuff is amazing. I found a new oil that's not really new at all. It's actually been there for quite a long time, but now it's in an applicator that I'm more apt to use, so I'm going to use it at work, especially now when we get the crazy public, okay? This shit is amazing. So I just wanted to say, this is a day in the oily life of an oiler. This is the day in the life of an oiler, and this is the shit that I find out when I'm like, oh, I have to do this. Let's see what else I have, and I'm like, oh my god, there's so many different products that I can use that I'm just like, oh my god, that's amazing. So now I don't have to put that on my list because I already had it here. And now I can focus on, say, the lavender for Gramp for when he's sleeping, the Thieves rub for my feet, and the new Progesterone Plus, which I need for my hormones. Because, yeah, I definitely need that crap. Hardcore. Because I'm not on the pill anymore, and hence my face, need it to be all regulated. And if you're interested there's a lot of cool things that go along with that, and I'm learning so much in my oily group, because I joined with my kit, and then I got put into this awesome like sorority type community, but it's not a sorority because it's not like uppity or anything, but it's like this really awesome community all about like essential oils, how to use them, how everybody else uses them. I learned so much. There's so much knowledge in there, and it's just like amazing. And like anytime I have a question or I have to do something, I just ask the people in the group, and they're like so knowledgeable, and they just cheer me on all the time, even if there's a problem. It's awesome. Or if you have a question, I have this issue, what do I do? What oil should I use? It's just perfect. It's awesome. So anyway, I just want to say that Peace and Calming is now my new favorite, my new old favorite. So yeah, this is the fun stuff that happens at my house. Alright, I'll get going. I'll talk to you guys later. Oily life, day in the life of an oiler. Blah! My bloody nose today was all like woo. So, alright. And it's raining. I'm excited. This is finally raining outside, so it's gonna cool down a lot. So, alright. Love and light, blessings everybody. Namaste. Have a good day.